Okay, so I quickly recap all the thing which we discussed in last lecture, and then we will discuss what is the remaining part, means the strategy related to aggregate production planning, that we will discuss. Okay, so why we need the process planning, as I told you in the last lecture. Just wait. Okay. As I told you in last lecture, the process planning is needed, means first we need to answer how it can be done, means if any product, then how this particular product we can make by using which type of the process, that all the thing will become how can be made. The next, how much does it cost? Okay, if I make this particular product by injection molding, then what will be the cost? If I make a particular product by FDM machine, means 3D printing machine, then what will be the cost? So that cost part also means also a part of the process planning. Then how long time it will be take? Okay, if I make with means suppose a different process, then what will be the time taken by that particular process, and what is the requirement, and when we need to complete a particular production as per our customer demand, that all the things should be, means you can say the balance, then only you can say we select this particular process, and how reliable it is, and how can we recycle it. So all these things we discussed in our previous lecture, so I quickly go through the remaining part. Okay, so okay, I quickly say the process planning means it is means there we determine how much labor is needed, how much raw material is needed, what type of the machines is needed, equipment is needed, what is the financial constraint of your company, what is the means company policies. All these things are the input of this process planning, and we will get some output. Okay, so that we will discuss today lecture. And one more thing that I already discussed, that there means the planning means their production, means convert input material into the output, means desired product, that is the production. Then you need to do the plan regarding to that. Okay, so why we need to do the plan? Because we want to complete a particular production within a time, and within a required quality, quantity, and within a means minimum cost. That is the requirement. Okay, so that's why we need to do the planning, and after that we continuously monitor our process. Our process is going on according to the planning or not. If not, then we will apply this some another machines, or we will change the planning, some planning, our previous planning. So that part is the control part. Okay, so now their planning we can divide into the three category. The first one is the long term planning. Long term planning, it is also known as a strategic planning. Okay, in this section, means in this particular strategic planning, we are discuss means what type of the product we need to make in the future. The product development part will become into the strategic planning. Okay, the next thing, what type of the technology we apply in our company, so productivity will be improved, so quality will be improved, and we can supply our demand on time. So that new technology, new machine installation, that all the thing means a new product launch. Okay, like Tata Motor launch electrical vehicle. So this type of the thing come into the strategic planning. The next, medium level, there you will do the forecasting of particular product. That is the forecasting. On the basis of that, you will decide means how to use available resources in proper manner. Okay, in an optimum manner. So how to use the available resources in optimal manner, so we will supply our demand on time. That is something, but means that part will become into the aggregate production planning, or you can say the medium term planning. The short term means if any labor will be not come, then what will we do? Okay, that is the 3-month duration planning. Okay, what is the raw material is needed for this 3 months, how much labor needed for 3 months, means short term. That is the short term. Okay, so now we know that the planning basically means affected by the some factor and the some parameters, that is the volume of production, delivery date, accuracy, and the process capability of machines, skill and expertise of the manpower, material specification, okay, and the accuracy requirement of the component and part. So depend on that thing, okay. So if you do manually, okay, you know, I on the basis of the forecasting, you did the forecasting part manually, then you do what is the labor requirement, if you do the what is the material requirement, if you do what is the equipment, machine requirement, the skillness is required, all these things you can calculate manually. But when the company deal with the large number of the product, okay, and there may be, if I talk about the only one product, okay, automobile product, that is the only one car manufacturing company, means they continuously manufacturing only one type of the product. In that condition also, the manual part is very tough. Why? Because the automobile product is made by the 10,000 approx assembly, okay. So that 10,000 assembly, the 10,000 assembly related requirement, the inventory maintenance of those 10,000 product subcomponent, that is the very difficult part when you do manually. So that's why there is the computer is added in this particular planning process, and you know that part means computer aided process planning, okay. So now in manual method, again I am telling you, the drawback of the manual depend on, means it is also known as the manufacture means you can say the manufacturing planning also. So depend on manufacturing engineering experience and the knowledge of production facility, equipment and their capability and the process tooling, they will do the planning, okay. So the method is time consuming. If you do the manually, then it is very time consuming, may not be consistent and optimum, and you are unable to solve that complex type of the problem by manually. So that's why CAPP is needed, computer aided process planning is needed. The machine requirement, this part already I discussed in a last lecture. Again I am telling you, if any doubt, then you that will be clear. So that's why I am again repeating. In a manufacturing organization, the major share of the investment are required for procurement and installation of plant, okay. Just wait. Ask Nili to admit with the college mail ID. Okay, so what is the machine requirement? It means that part also very critical, okay, because machine are the very expensive, and there means we need to think the return of investment, when we will get the return of investment. In that manner, if you think, then you can optimally manage all the thing machine requirement. So making optimum investment in the plant and machinery, making utilization of the installed product capacity. So how to do that part already I discussed in our previous lecture. Means the number of machine required are, means if you know the standard time of any operation, and number of product you required, okay. So here the standard time is the 60 minutes for producing whole on a particular product, okay. So 60 minutes into how much product you required, that is the 10,000 product, okay. So 60 minutes into the 10,000, that is the maximum production requirement, okay, on the basis of the forecast. Now machine capability, here machine can produce 100, okay, one machine can produce 100, and you can utilize the 19% of that capacity. So 100 into 19 by 100, so that is the thing, okay. So now if I calculate on the basis of that, then I need approx 10,000 machine, I think 1,000 I'm sorry, okay. So 1,000 machine I need it. So this is the calculation part, okay. So the main thing again, how to calculate the standard time, that you will aware when you go to that industrial engineering subject in 8th semester. There is standard time calculation, that is the one module, okay. So there continuously your engineer will visit to that particular site and see how much time will be taken by the worker. The different worker will take the different time, On the basis of that, you will take the average, as well as you will provide the some allowances, fatigue allowances, extra means the rest allowances, like that, and try to calculate what is the standard time. There is standard procedure that you will understand in next semester, no issue. So now here you can see the next thing here, a job performed. Suppose one more example I just explain. A job performed on a milling machine. The following detail are given. The standard time is given, number of job to be produced, that is the given, what is the machine capacity, that is the given, and machine utilization. If you have all these things, then you can easily calculate the number of machine required. So we know that the standard time of this particular job is 0.1 hour into how much number of the job you required, that is the 70,000. okay, so into 70,000 divided by what is the capacity of your machine. So 2000 per hour month, but you can utilize the 90% capacity, so 90 by 100. okay, so in that manner we need approx 4 machine in the plant, then we can produce approx 70,000 product. okay, so these are the very simple type of the numerical. Here I am taking the only sub process, one process like drilling, milling, that type of the process, and only one product I am taking. So that's why you feel that is a very easy part. But once you go to the industry, there is the approx 10,000 product, and you need to do this type of the thing. So that is critical. okay, now the process and equipment, and here main purpose of this subject to provide the fundamentals. okay, then slowly when you working as a means a trainee production planning engineer, you will understand all the thing, and you able to do the complex problem, means how to solve the complex problem. That type of the skill will be come automatically, but there some certain time is needed. okay, so there are the many factor which influence the section. okay, so when I talk about the process and equipment selection, in that particular time, there many factor will be affect. okay, like economic consideration, how much your company ready to pay for a machine related installment in your plant, how much they are ready to pay. That is the one thing. The next, production rate, unit cost of production, means what will be the production rate is required. On the basis of that, you will select the machine. okay, if there means production rate is only one hole is needed in entire day, then you can do that particular thing in lathe machine also. Don't invest in CNC machine. So that all the factor will be affect. okay, what is the unit cost of the production? If there is high level of the accuracy and tolerance needed, then we will apply the high level of the technology. okay, if you supply in the local market, there is no requirement of high level of the accuracy and the surface finish and the tolerance. In that condition, you will do that on the traditional machine also. okay, the durability and the dependability also play a very critical role. The minimum setup time, means how much means which type of the machine, how much time will be take for the setup time. That is very important point. The next, longer productive life of machine or equipment. okay, next, functional versatility. So these are the things when you do the consideration. So now aggregate production planning. As I told you, there is the three type of the production planning. One is the strategic, the next one is the tactical planning, and third one is the short term planning. The tactical planning is nothing but you can say that is the aggregate production planning. So what is the input needed for the aggregate production planning? The one is the forecasting. You need to do the forecasting, means what will be the demand in the future. So there you can apply any method as per the suitable of the data. Average means there is the qualitative and quantitative. Any type of the, if data is available, then you can go for the quantitative. If data not available, then you can go for the qualitative type of the analysis. okay, in quantitative, there are different type of the method like moving average method, weighted moving average method, exponential smoothing method, least square method. So any method, means according to the historical data available, you need to decide which type of the method is suitable, and there are a lot of research study also available on the net. You can read all the thing. okay, which type of the method is suitable for which type of the thing. So you select one particular method and do the forecasting, and that forecasting is very very important for the any planning. If I talk about the aggregate production planning, if I talk about the strategic planning, if I talk about the short term planning, the forecasting is very important. So that is the one input. That's why I mentioned that is the one input here. The next one, what is the policy of your company? Means your company is provided, or means they are allowed to do overtime, they are allowed to do the give that particular order to the subcontractor, gives that particular thing to the vendor. That type of the thing is possible according to the policy or not. Yeah, everything we need to produce in plant. So what type of the policy is available, that also one input. What is the objective of your company? Okay, what is the objective? They want to expand, or maybe that product will be decline in stage. So in that, what is the objective of that particular company, that also you should understand. Okay, because they don't want, suppose the objective is just profit and they don't want to increase the capacity of the plant, that also then you need to do the subcontractor, you need to do the overtime, and that type of the thing you need to apply. The next, financial. What is the financial constraint in your company, and what is the capacity of your company? If you know all these things, the forecasting, policies, objective, financial constraint, and the capacity of your company, then you can do the aggregate production planning. So in aggregate production planning means, what is the aggregate production planning? Here you will be identify how much workforce I needed, how much workforce I needed, how much inventory I need to maintain in my plant. Okay, can I do the regular production, or I need to go for the overproduction? Okay, can I supply this production and this particular part, because there is the limited capacity, can I supply to my subcontractor, can I supply to the my vendor, so vendor will do that particular job. Okay, the loss of sales and all these things, if we not produce according to the forecasting, then how much loss you say means in the market, how much loss, and related to sales, related to back order. So, okay, because you are unable to supply that particular demand. So this all the point you will get when once you know what is the forecasting, what is the policy, what is the objective, what is the financial constraint, and what is the capacity of your plant. Okay, so class means, is there any doubt regarding to aggregate production planning? Okay, the next means the meeting demand strategy means, here you need to do adjusting capacity. Okay, so how to adjusting the capacity, that I will discuss. Okay, the resource necessary to meet the demand are acquired and maintained over the time horizon of the plant. So minor variation in the demand are handled with overtime and undertime. So this type of the thing is needed. When you people working as a planning manager, as a planning engineer, as a production engineer, you should make your plant like that ki there some amount of the capacity adjustment you can do easily. Okay, means your company able to produce 10,000 product, even able to produce 12,000, sometime if demand is high, able to produce 8,000. So this type of the adjusting capacity is needed. The next point, resource necessary to meet demand are acquired and maintained over the time of horizon. Okay, so how much resource is necessary, that you need to maintain properly if you are working as a planning manager. The minor variation in demand are held, means if there any minor variation you can easily handle. That type of the thing, that type of the little bit flexibility is the needed. The next, managing demand and proactive demand management is needed. Okay, so the next, what is the objective of the aggregate production planning? First thing, establish a company wide game plan for allocating the resources. Okay, so establish a company wide game plan for allocating the resources means the proper plan you need to maintain ki how much production and how much product I will manufacture on a particular resources. The resource utilization should be proper. Okay, means there means you have CNC machine, you have VMC machine, you have very high level of the laser cutting machine, EDM machine in your plant, but you are not utilizing those resources properly, then maybe you can say that their planning part is not very accurate. Okay, so that is the one thing. The develop an economy strategy for meeting the demand. The next means you need to think, means as a planning manager, planning engineer, you need to think like that, how I will produce all this demand within a time, okay, within a time and within a minimum cost. So that's why economy strategy play very critical role. Okay, so now that part already we discussed, means in the previous lecture, but I try to complete quickly. The level production, chase production and peak demand, these are the three strategy to adjusting the capacity of your plant, to adjusting the capacity of your plant. So when I talk about the level production, means producing at a constant rate, means you are producing 5,000 product and in each month, then that type of the production is the level production. The next, if you are producing as per the demand, means the next month the forecasting is 5,000, okay, I will produce 5,000 product. In next, means the next to next month the demand is 3,000, okay, I will produce 3,000. In next month the demand is 1,000, okay, I will produce only 1,000 product. So in that condition, the worker who are doing the 5,000, who are producing the 5,000 product, okay, so what we will do with the worker? So sometime you will hire the worker and sometime you will fire the worker. In that condition also there is the some expenses, okay, hiring and the firing, that we will discuss. The next, peak demand. Peak means maintaining the resources for high demand level. Okay, so you need maintain the resource like that, okay, there is the 5,000 demand, I will maintain my resources according to the 5,000 demand. Okay, so now the next point, if you maintain like that, our company will able to produce 5,000 product continuously, that is the capacity of my company. The next point is like that, once means you will get the order of 1,000, in that time what you will be do, means your company will face some difficulties. So that's why this maintaining the resource of high level of the demand, that also sometime will not work. Okay, now there is the many thing like overtime and undertime. If their demand increase, then how you will be adjusting the capacity of your plant, capacity of your industry? You will apply the overtime, you will apply the undertime. If demand is more, then you will say to your worker, okay, we will pay more salary, do overtime. If demand is less, then you will provide the vacation to your worker, or you will do the some skill development program in your company, and like that you can adjusting the capacity of your plant. That's subcontracting. Let outside company complete the work. If their capacity is not available, give the some production manufacturing requirement to outside company, subcontractor. So that type of the thing also you can do for the adjusting the capacity and for supply the product on time to your customer. Okay, the next, part-time worker. You can hire the part-time worker, okay, to complete the work. Back ordering, providing the servicing or product at a later time period. So these are the some strategy to adjusting the capacity. Okay, now I just want to discuss again, this is the level production and this one is the chase production, means chase production strategy. These are the level production strategy. Okay, and this one part, okay, you can assume, I think yesterday I missed that particular thing. This is the demand. Okay, the upper part is the demand. Wait. Okay, so this is the demand, the blue line is the demand, and this red line is assumed that is you producing the production in your plant. Okay, so now just I explain this particular part. Here the production, you see the 500 unit you constantly produce. Okay, the 500 unit in entire month. Suppose assume that in Jan you produce 5,000, in Feb you produce 5,000 unit, in March produce 5,000. So in entire year you produce 5,000 unit per month. Now the demand in the January month is the 8,000. Okay, in there means you can say that 3,000 more is required. So that is the thing. If I talk about the Feb, there is the requirement is 2,000. So here 3,000 is the inventory. that we will store in inventory department. Now this 3000 will be helpful when we need to satisfy this particular demand, that is the 8000 again. So this 5000 plus this 3000 supply here, so you will means you will supply to your customer demand on time. So this type of the strategy you can apply. But what is the disadvantage of level production? What is the disadvantage of level production, class? Quickly tell me, class. Can you repeat again? Actually, your voice is cracking.
Lack of flexibility.
Lack of flexibility. Good, good. Any other student?
Need storage.
Okay. Any other student? Okay, good point, good point. The thing is like that, when I do the level type of the means when I apply the level production type of the strategy, in that time the inventory holding cost will be increased. Okay, because I producing 5000 and the demand is 2000. So what I will do with that 3000 product? I will store in a inventory, okay, as a inventory, and that will be give when demand will be high. So that holding cost will be increased. Holding cost will be increased. That is the one drawback. Okay, so the what is the means here advantage of this type of the level production strategy? Here means their production rate is constant. So here no need to hire and fire your worker and officers. Okay, so that is the one advantage. Here you have machine available in your plant, you producing the constant 5000 unit, so no need to invest more on the machine, no need to hire and fire your worker. This type of the means advantage of the level production strategy. But disadvantage, the inventory related cost is very high, because holding cost will continuously increase and their flexibility is very less, as your classmate just suggests. Okay, so these are the thing related to level production. When I talk about the chase production means you are chasing the production. Here the requirement is the 5000, you produce approximate that production, that is the your means this is the forecasting and this is your production. Now that this is the means you are continuously chasing your production requirement. Okay, so here demand is we know that demand in every plant, the demand is fluctuating. Okay, so here demand is 5000, demand is 2000, 5000, 2000, 4000, like that. Okay, now see, we produce according to that demand only. Okay, we are not producing excess, so their inventory related cost is minimum. In chase type of the production strategy, the inventory related cost is minimum. So can you tell me what is the drawback of this type of the strategy, class?
Can you repeat, sir?
Okay, so here means are you understand what is the chase type of the production strategy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the thing is like that, if you do the chase type of the production strategy, the advantage is their inventory related cost, inventory holding related cost will be reduced. That is the one advantage. Okay, so class, can you suggest me what is the disadvantage of this chase type of the production strategy if I apply in my plant? What will be the disadvantage?
Production will be like less.
What can you repeat again, please?
Production rate will be decreased.
No. Production rate, I am doing this production as per the requirement. Are you getting my point? Means in January month the demand is 5000, then I produce 5000. In Feb the demand means on the basis of the forecast. Okay, that is not actual demand. On the basis of the forecast, their demand is 2000, so I produce the 2000. Okay, are you getting my point? So what is the requirement? On the basis of that I am producing the exact number of the part. Exact means somehow the near to that requirement. Okay, so production rate, that is not a point. Here strategy is related to production, so that point will not come. Any other student? Any other? Student?
Irregular sale demands.
Okay, means what is the disadvantage? I want to know what is the disadvantage. Okay, so I just told you, if here you produce 5,000, here you produce 2,000, here you produce 4,000, 4,000, 2,000, like that. Okay, so your production rate is continuously fluctuating. So in that condition, how you maintain your worker and officer, and what you will be do with your worker and officer when demand reduce in that particular time, what you will be do. So that is the thing, when I apply the chase type of the production system in that condition, means you need to hire and fire your worker. So that is the disadvantage of this chase type of the strategy, chase production strategy. Are you getting my point, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so so here the just I try to explain the few things related to aggregate production planning. There is the pure strategy, means like you just discuss, means just produce constantly the same type of the production system. There is the means mixed type of the strategy, means here you mix both the thing, means like chase as well as the here, means this both the thing if you mix, then you know as a that is the mixed type of the strategy. So here you try to produce, okay, you are applying this both the thing. If I mix this both the thing, level and the chase type of the production system, then what will be the thing? This is the level production system. Okay, this is a straight line. Assume that there small level of the adjusting I will apply, a small level. Okay, so I will not hire and fire to my workers. Okay, so this type of the thing you can also apply. So that is means somehow appreciate when you will apply that type of the thing. The mixed type of the strategy, the next one is the linear programming. That part is, it is not in our syllabus. That is the means linear programming means it is related to operation research, means there you will do all the means problem solving part with mathematics. Okay, means there you will make one objective function as well as the constraint related equation you will make and try to solve with the different method, like graphical method, big M method, two-phase method, and there lot of method is available. Transportation means how to optimize the transportation. That means MODI, modification distribution method, and that are the method that you will learn in your operation research part. Okay, so that is not part of our syllabus, so I will not explain deeply these two things. Okay, here, but if you want, then you can personally contact me. I will explain everything. Okay, the next point here means see, this is the requirement of any one company. Okay, I just taking the example. Okay, and every company you know that they producing on the, they do the planning on the basis of the quarter. Okay, they divide entire year into the 4 quarter and they try to identify what will be the forecast, what will be the profit, what will be the demand and all the thing. Okay, so that quarter divided, here we know that there is a total 4 quarter related to each company. Means if I talk about any company, there is the total 4 quarter. Okay, in 4 quarter, suppose assume that in quarter 1 the requirement is 80,000 of 80,000. On the basis of the forecasting, they say means the company planning manager says ki their total 80,000 will be demand in quarter 1, 50,000 demand in the quarter 2, and 1,20,000 demand in quarter 3, and 1,50,000 demand in quarter 4. Okay, what is the hiring cost? If I hire any worker, then the cost of the hiring 100 rupees or $100, whatever the thing you assume. Okay, 100 per worker, and the firing cost is 500 per worker. The regular production cost per pound, the regular production cost is 2. Inventory carrying cost is 0.50, because we hold the inventory in our plant, then there definitely we need to pay something. Okay, in the form of the maintain the environment, maintain the space, and taking the space on the rent basis, so that inventory holding cost will be there. That is the 0.50 pound per quarter. The next, production per employee is 1,000 pound per quarter. The beginning workforce is 100. So now we have a one company, their 100 worker is working, what is the demand with respective each quarter is given. If you apply the chase type of the production strategy and you do hire and fire of your worker, then 100 per worker is the charges for hiring. Hiring means 500 per charge, means per worker. Means what is the thing here? Hiring cost means if you hire any worker, then you will do the advertising, you will pay to consultancy. So that type of the charges means 100 per worker. That is the average charges. Firing means you need to pay means approx 1 month 2 months salary in advance. Okay, so that type of the thing. So that's mentioned here. That is means already mentioned in the company policy book. So that is a 500 per worker. Okay, so that is just example. Don't assume that is the constant. Okay, that is just example. I'm taking just randomly this number. Now if I apply the level strategy, okay, if I apply the level strategy, so what will be, how much number of the product I will produce in my company? If I want to apply the level type of the strategy in my plant, then what will be the number of product I will produce in each month? Can you tell me, class? Are you getting my point, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the demand, the sale forecasting is mentioned here in this slide. Okay, and now I want to apply the level type of the production system in my plant. So if I want to apply the level type of the production system in my plant, then how much I need to produce in each month? In level production, you know, people, means just I explain, you need to produce a constant rate, means you can say the constant rate of production. Means 5,000 if you produce, then 5,000 in entire month, and in each month you will produce the 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 like that. So can you tell me, class, in this particular example, if I talk about this particular XYZ company example, then what will be the production rate if I take a level type of the production strategy? Class? Are you getting my point? Just think about that. Okay, so means you can apply all this concept practically. If you want to apply practically when you visit, means when you will be engineer, okay, in the future, then you should involve in every class. Okay, can you tell me, class?